Anywho, I put that in the other day. Now I bent this. I got these little connectors here. I'll probably do something like this that goes over there. Not 100% sure yet, but there's these things that are 135 degrees, and this is 90 degrees, so it doesn't really go that well. It would have to come off at this angle really right here, which would be an additional 45 degrees. So 45 there, and then this is a 45. Will be an easy run then. Apparently I don't know what I'm doing yet. So this is the easy clip hose, and I'm thinking it's reduced barrier. I thought I bought reduced barrier things, but it wouldn't have crimped like that unless it's relying on the hose being a lot bigger than this. You know, I thought I had the right one, but something's up. I gotta look in other boxes. Maybe I have more of these little things. I thought I bought just about everything, so I guess I'll find out. Let's see what we see here. Let's see if I can take out this cluster. I decided to remove all the wiring. I'm kind of making my own harness from like universal harnesses. I took out this molding here. There's all this rust up here. Probably pull out the windshield. See what happens. One thing at a time. Who the hell knew that thing was so damn big? And then it made for a ton of room to be able to get all this shit out, you know? So, I gotta do this. Look at the wood grain. Look how nice it is underneath there. Where it's not, you know, it was covered up all these years. Crazy stuff. Crazy just to uncover that. But yeah, all these wires. Like I was going to attempt to put a couple of wires only. I'm usually a fan of that. People go, oh, I need a whole wiring harness. And I'm like, no, you need a few wires only. It's usually what it is, but it is 80 years old. I'm already hacking up part of the harness. So I'm like, I'm just going to go for broke and just do everything. You know, you got that weird plug right there with the pins. The steering column had something like that too, but it goes up and around. There's wires that go under the car. I thought those were the ones for the, you know, the rear, but unless there's more lights in here, and that's only lights, because I don't see a dome light, but it probably is one. That's right, I did buy one. I bought a used one, so. But there's, you know, half a dozen to 8 wires there. Probably 7 wires on that guy. Those pins right there where they unplugged this harness right here. It goes up. Boy, oh boy. Lots of rust. Lots of shit coming down, but alright, it's gotta be done. Hey Mike, are you sure you're not making a mistake? No more headlight wiring. Ripped it all out. Right here. It just goes under the car. And then trying to figure out which is which. That looks like a lot of wires. This is only 6 wires here on this guy, and he goes up the pillar and inside of you know, the edge of the car here. So I don't know how many lights are actually inside. I don't know if 6 wires constitutes 1 ground. You know, I don't know which one goes to the gas tank. There's obviously, oh, look at that, there's lights in here. Well, that's for the I guess the license plate light. Oh, there's a license plate light there, and that guy lights up. That'd be hilarious if that was a brake light. I don't think so. So, 1 wire, 1 wire. Oh, and this is a trunk light. Wow. This thing was fully loaded. It actually had a radio. So you got 1 circuit. You got 2 lights for there. I wonder if they blink. I'd have to ask somebody. Because, you know, they're coming from 2 different directions. This guy is going that way. That guy is going that way. I don't know if they end up in the same place down here, going under the trunk here. But I would have to think that harness, it might be this, but it's actually coming, seems to be coming from the right. It could twist around though. It's hard to say. And then the ends, the bottom are all maybe the gas line, and that. Man, you breathe in a lot of shit when you do this. But I'm probably the only one I know that would actually, just rip out wiring without caring where it goes. Not many people are willing to do that. They want to mark everything. Yeah, this is it might be 6 wires in there or so. Try to figure out what that would be. I don't know if it seems unlikely that it would have a reverse light or... I forgot what this car had. Really haven't looked. I don't want to lower this. I got shit on top. So, definitely license plate light. I know that guy lights up. I thought maybe there would be some other indication. I don't know when my phone turned off. When I looked and it wasn't going. So the light in the back here, that could be one light. Maybe it goes on with something else. And the light, like if there's 3 separate wires for this, then the other 3 wires could be in here. Inside the car, one being a dome light, gotta figure. Is there a pin switch in here? That's the other thing. It may only turn on with a switch. But yeah, we got one. Is it 2 separate wires? Wow, that's something. Oh, that's a rod. This is a wire. So only one wire goes here. I'd have to think that it goes somewhere else as well. Oh well, that's just fun to think about. These cars, the only seats that came with this are these Cadillac seats, which are probably pretty comfortable once I figure out how to mount them. And they're also power, so I'd probably run wiring for that if I could actually use these. That would be pretty cool. With the original frame down here that goes back and forth. So it's definitely a weird thing here. Oh shit, what's this? Alright. So I bought a new windshield molding because there's going to be rust around it. There's just, even though the body looks good on this side, where the glass is sitting in, it's got to be rotted right inside of this, So I hope this is not like too fucked up where it's bleeding over, because it can stay kind of rusted. I don't think I can really weld up there. I got to take out the glass. I'm going to weld up there, but I got to get my welder fixed, number one. But if I treat it and just epoxy it, cut out the rust pretty much, grind it out, treat it so it doesn't rust anymore, and then epoxy it and shape it, it should be fine. It'll be strong too. I did that with my 62. Pretty cool though. It's amazing how the clock all wires into one of the switches here. That was here. Really a cool car. I'm kind of glad I bought it, and even though I kept changing my mind, but right now, like, I haven't even bothered putting the steering back together, the electric steering I did, because of all this and things I was thinking of, and now I'm putting AC. I'm like, I might as well just go for broke and just do things right. I thought maybe I can do it, in dribs and drabs, but while I'm doing nothing right now to the car, because I'm waiting for parts. I did, this AC line today, but figuring out what I want to do here. Still weird. These kits suck. I should have got the beadlock, because they're expensive. These things are like $25 each, and I need another one at least, and then I can use something else for inside. It's a shame. I got all this hose, and it doesn't fit the beadlock system. And that's probably by design, so you couldn't use it, change your mind or go half and half. You gotta use both. And then, if I want to buy something else, but the good news is these are very heavy duty. They're very heavy duty metal here. These are really, really nice in that sense. But I don't really like that, the whole clamps crap, you know. I thought it was going to be easier because I was, you know, because I didn't have the equipment, but now I just bought it. And they give you a bunch of the 6AN, but hardly anything of the 8AN and the 10AN. So that's the only 10AN, and this is only 10AN. And I can't go straight on that. I need a 45. Yeah, I could have maybe bent that up. I didn't think about it at the time, but I was actually trying to bend it up a little bit more than that, because then I would have got the 45 angle I was looking for. But then this thing here, if I go like that, it's kind of like jumping over the moon there, and it's not going to, yeah, I need something like 130 degree. So I was thinking of going like this and coming all the way around, you know, and not quite sure yet what I would do with that, but I got to put the receiver dryer there. Again, it may change up even, it may not go there, it may go all the way in the back. Not sure yet. So, a few things to think about, for sure. But a 45 does good if I want to come up, or up over the valve cover, or go straight around. The thing is, I want something that has a thing on it. I got to put a low pressure switch here. I'll have a spot for a high pressure switch, not necessarily here, so I could put technically a high pressure line there. I really kind of want to. I like these, you know. I like this in the sense, you know, that it's heavy duty, and it'll work fine. I can, you know, bring that guy right down to the condenser, and that's a weird angle as well. I'm waiting for things. Shit that hasn't come in the mail. It's been so messed up how some of the shit comes right away, and then other things are like gone. So hopefully, you know, and this is another line. This is a number 8 line I bought, and the fittings on this side. I just say, yeah, it's a pre-fit hose. It's about the right length I need. Just for shits and giggles, I'll hold on to it. I can always cut it and put another, you know, cut this off and put a new bead lock on there, crimp it on. You know, but it's the opposite way. It's like, fuck. You know, I don't think I could go like this and just bend the hose. You know, it's stupid. And this angle is a little too low, but it could be used. It can't be used inside because it's a 6. But $23. It's like nothing. Oh, and it's a steel. They're steel ends here, dichromate or whatever you want to call this coating on here. But it's all good stuff here that I'm getting, that I'm learning, and you know, I'm like, I bought a ton of these fittings in case I fuck up. But I mean, you know, in case I got more jobs like this, might as well. Not that I want to advertise that I'm going to make AC hoses and stuff like that, because I'm still new to it. But now I realize that the easy clip setup here is you can't use the hose on a bead lock. It's really a sin. It really is. The hose is too big. I tried it. Once I figured it out, I had to look at my bill and see which fittings were which, because some look like they fit and others don't, you know. But I'm pretty happy overall how it's coming out. Unfortunately, maybe worth it. It may have been worth it to buy another thing. I bought 3 lengths of other line. I didn't buy reduced fitting line. I may just try to do that. Get another $100 kit, and maybe this can be used on another car. I bought the pliers, because you have to have the pliers for this one too. So I ended up buying the pliers now. You know, that crimped the line with my hands. Yeah, I wear gloves. So, like I said, this has come along. Not really fast, but the way I want to do it, at least, you know, mechanically and electrically and stuff like that. Not much of a craftsman when it comes to artwork, but I do some things nice. I don't know what I'm going to do about the interior. I'll figure that out. But that's another day. That's another lifetime from now, probably. Alright, thanks for watching. So I just made my first little hose with the crimper. So I keep ordering hose, and it comes out the reduced barrier, but I actually had a few of these fittings. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to do it the reduced barrier. I was going to do it the long barrier, you know, the standard barrier, and it just didn't work out. Every time I order something, it's like I'm not reading it right or something. Anywho, so I have to put clamps in right here. I had to bend this like this. I just wanted to do, you know, a little bit to take up the slack, because I really wanted this here in this little, you know, divot right here. And then I'll angle it there. It'll go in here, and then I'll put another. It's going to be either 18 or 24 up to the firewall there. So that's going to work out good. And I have those pipes coming. I got one of each in case I need it. One of these heater hoses is going to go right back where it was. And then the top one, I got to make it a bigger size and then downsize it. I didn't realize, but this is from a Volkswagen. I hope it works out what I'm trying to do. And it basically is a electric heater valve. I don't know if I can control it to some degree. You know, if I can figure out where, you know, what part it's on. Kind of like I was thinking about using one of those switches on your dashboard of your modern car somehow. Different things I'm thinking about, you know, as far as the hot and the cold, because they had a hand one, and being that I have AC in there, I wouldn't want to play with this and not be able to still have the heat, because you never know, like in the spring it could be 65 and then 45 and you want heat. So I wanted to be able to put it with a electric, you know, motor. I'm hoping it works. So you know, I mean, I could just put a ball valve, you know, or one of those cable operated ones as well, which could still happen, you know. There's no shame in that, you know, but it was just, I thought it was a neat idea. I'm not too happy that it's 3/4, so you gotta play with the hoses and shit and get a different nipple there. But there was no nipple on this. It was, I mean, there was, but it was also a cutoff here. I forgot exactly how it was, but I believe this just basically was a valve that was built into it and it's screwed into there. So I'm gonna get one that has that thread, but 3/4. And then I'll have a brass adapter that downsteps it. And I'm still on the fence with this stuff here. I'm pretty upset. I just ordered a bunch of stuff, but I just realized that when I got the hose in the mail, it wasn't the right hose. So I have to order another one of these guys, you know, and they're $30, you know, for one piece. So I thought that was kind of shitty, because I can get all the beadlock ones for even cheaper. But it's like, I bought this, what am I going to do with it, you know? I might as well just use it. That's what I'm thinking. So, despite just buying more beadlock style ones, I may just buy the one, and that way I can just do a 45. And I decided, I think I'm going to go straight in and around this way, and that will go straight and down through the thing there. I'll put a little round rubber thing so it protects it. I got a 90-degree guy coming off the thing there. I have another one though, but it's see right there, that's a regular, it's a beadlock style. No matter what though, it doesn't really go where I want it to. That's why if I have a 90, I can kind of swoop it up. If I did put this at the end of the 90, then I could, you know, go up and around even easier, but it's not necessary, you know. And like I said, I just want to use what I have. I'll never buy these easy clip things again. I don't think so, at least. I'll put them on if somebody wanted me to put it for their car, but you know, they are nice, you know, they're all like heavy duty, but I just wish you can use other hose with it. It's so stupid. It's really not fair. You can't really do that. Now I'm looking at this. I was wondering if this guy is gonna hit anything. I don't even know what my hood. I think it's all open over there. Not worth looking now. And you just simply turn it a little bit, it goes down. But it's close. I want to say that's close. And that's why I couldn't go up. I'd have to get 135. It kind of sucks all the way around. And I really didn't want to use a standard barrier. I wanted to use the full barrier. So especially for the high side here, this little piece of hose is going to be, you know, going to kind of be held back. You know, this is just a little piece that somebody sold me, you know, with an end on it, but I wanted a 45, so I bought a 45, and I was going to use this guy, but I really didn't want the aluminum either, so I got steel and steel, and you know, you can see the difference in the size hose. You know, this is much more heavy duty. Especially, I just think it's going to vibrate over there. It's, you know, hopefully it's not, though. Hopefully it's not as bad as I think, you know. And, you know, it works out just the same. But this is, you know, the standard barrier is a heavy hose. So I was planning on standard barrier for most things, but I just figured I'd have all the hoses that I need, you know, if I do any more of these jobs or whatever, you know. So, I bought number 12 hose for this car, and I realized it's, I swear it said standard barrier. But I'm like, wait a minute, there's no way this is standard barrier. It just looks like a regular fucking hose. So, it's Galaxy hose, but it's definitely reduced barrier. So, I gotta figure all that out. More fucking time. It starts to grate on you after a while, you know. And I probably kind of screwed myself because I bent it this way, and I meant to bend this up more than I meant to bend it in. So if I'm able to change it up and get it, I could probably use a straight guy, and that way it continues the angle, you know. I don't really want to bend it on camera because I'll probably fuck up. But you know, I was trying to, you know, get past this angle, but also go up. See, no matter what, if I go up right now, it's still going to be weird, you know. And I just don't want to get too close to other stuff. And that's why a 45 would definitely, it would clear this, give everything has its own space then, and it'll get up there. But kind of a nuisance, you know, kind of annoying. Didn't want shit like that to happen, but, you know, this is trial and error, you know. I put a little clamp down there, holding the liquid line. Didn't get on center. I believe it's a 3/8 line, so I don't understand why. But I had to play with it. It kind of got bent up, and then I had to unbend it. So I may just play with it and get it more in the center of the hose, you know. But, oh well, just wanted to make a video. Of course, I still got this harness out there. I was going to try to look for the thing, but it's still cold today, even though it says it's supposed to be 40-something degrees. It's cold in here, I'll tell you that much. Oh well, thanks for watching. So, I put a clamp there, and a clamp there. Like I said, I have an 18 and a 24. That'll probably make up for that. I did manage to put this here. I have a bracket coming for this, so this will be tightened up. Not banging around. I have some room to manipulate this, but I decided to bend this and put the straight on. This thing here is $30. I don't have the standard barrier hose, but I have a connection now. I think I should be able to find it tomorrow. But right now I put it straight. I want to go around inside the radiator compartment here. I got some high heat stuff that'll help protect it, but you know, it's just kind of silly for me to not use it. But it's weird with the light on. It's hard to see the thing. So right there, it's staring me right in the face right here. So it should be able to make its way around and go to the other side. And same thing I'm going to do with the other one. I got to use this hose. It's kind of silly not to if I paid for it. I can always redo it one day, but I probably won't, because it'll probably will not ever go bad, you know. So I just wanted a certain look, and I like the way this sticks up right here. It's convenient. Got both you know, high and low pressure ports there, and it still looks very good, you know, no matter what, even with the other clips on it. But at least the other side I got mostly, you know, mostly all steel. You know, in the end, I probably could have made this all steel if I bent this thing over here correctly. But we'll see if my my hose I made here is going to be any good. I believe it will be. It's still, you know, the Goodyear Galaxy hose. Like I said, I wanted the standard barrier, but, you know, it's fine. The reduced barrier. It's supposed to be just as good, you know. But the guys who make the hose, they tend to have the big hose, and he's like, oh no, you got to have the big one, you know. See like how big this is? Well, this is number 8. So and like to show you the difference, this is the number 8 hose over here, you know, but this is bigger than reduced. Sorry, yeah, this is bigger than the reduced but smaller than standard. You can't use those kind of ferrules to crimp them on with. So it's kind of, it always makes me want to not use it just for that purpose. Like it's kind of messed up. I was thinking about kind of put reduced barrier on here and with the other clamps, but at this point it's like, what's the difference? You know, why give myself an extra step? So I'll clamp it on. I got the special crimper coming in the mail too. So I have everything to do everything in a certain sense. I've compressed the, you know, the reduced barrier number 6. I'll put on the, you know, the easy clip over here. I bent solid lines, and inside I'm going to make small lines completely out of rubber. The 6 and the 10 that goes to the AC unit. I'm still debating something, because now like it kind of opened up the doors here with as I opened up the door. With this whole thing, this radio really intrigues me. Like, I'm wondering if I could hack out the radio part and make it usable, but totally disregard the speaker. It would kind of be cool if this kind of like went up and I could close it, but I put it up and then the AC unit is here instead of being under the dash. Just something I was thinking about, but this thing is pretty wide, you know, this unit, you know, so probably would have to get a different unit, but, you know, and then you can't really reach these buttons, but I have to do measurements to really see, like, I can not use these kind of vents, you know, perhaps, although it would restrict me of not having as much AC. The other thing is, I was thinking, like, maybe you could put some kind of hoses that goes to the, you know, like under here, that you feel it coming a little bit underneath. Just thinking out loud, you know, not quite sure. I'm almost thinking it would be kind of cool to make my own heater box, or take a heater box out of another car, since there's so much, you know, room in there, or seemingly so much room. But this is pretty wide. Like, I would even put an aftermarket radio if it kind of looked like the Buick radio. Not 100% sure right now what I want to do, but I think it's kind of cool. It would be if I can make that a big freaking AC vent, you know, that would be pretty crazy. You know, I don't know if they make something that's more condensed. You know, obviously you don't want to lose, you know, CFMs and stuff like that, but that would be kind of wild if I could fit it somehow, even if I, you know, took it apart in a certain sense, you know. And ultimately I want AC, but originally I was just going to have like a piece of leather come down and cover it, which might just be the, you know, the thing you do, you know. You know, I guess I can technically put it in the glove box too, but that would be kind of silly. I wouldn't feel it being the driver, and if I did all the work and I'm going to be the driver, I wouldn't want that, you know. But just thinking out loud, you know, it'd be kind of crazy to drill a hole here, maybe, if there's room. It's getting close. This thing here would have to be trimmed, maybe, but put a little vent there, you know, and you know, maybe even put a vent on the other side of the glove box there while it's on, you know, just have an accordion style hose on that side, because they have some of these units that just have 4 ports, you know, and I'm wondering if that would be easier. You know, I could probably mount it any which way, then it wouldn't matter if I put it straight up or whatever and just try to hold it, and if it had separate controls, that would be good too. But this thing here kind of has its own temperature control. I really wonder if, like, that's why I was wondering if I could use this this electronic one. I don't know if it also will trigger the one for the heater valve I have. That would be kind of cool, you know, because then it'll actually turn on and turn off as I do it. But I don't know what that is really doing in a certain sense. If it's just like a thermostatic control where it just doesn't come on as much, you know, not quite sure. you know, but that's what I'm thinking in the back of my crazy head. So that's where I'm at right now. I would have loved to have gone under the car and do all this, but it's cold and I don't feel like going underneath anywhere. Gotta get all that's all out. I'm gonna try to see if I can get this hose. Kind of misplaced it. That's why I showed you the other two holes. It's somewhere because I kept playing with it. But I'll end the video now. I just was keeping you up to date.